And welcome back to Let's Play Super Mario 3D World. Last time we continued through World 4 and got up to 4-4. I still haven't gone back for that green star because it'll be a lot easier once we clear these levels out actually. So we have another Mystery House. Mystery House Mad Dash. Now I'm gonna actually break sequence and throw in Toad because Mad Dash sounds like something you need running for. So yes, we're gonna go with Toad for this. Yes, this was a good call. So we have 10, and the gimmick of Mystery Houses, to reiterate, is you have to get all 10 without messing up. So that's where the challenge lies. If you mess up one, you keep the green stars you have collected, but you have to actually redo them all to actually get the ones you missed. So if you say mess up at like 10, then you have to do all 9 over again. That's not too bad right now, but it's gonna be bad in the future. Also, Toad's jumping is terrible, so maybe Toad wasn't a good choice, but I just saw Mad Dash and thought, you know what? Maybe Toad isn't the best choice for this. What happened was I just didn't have momentum built up. So while we're here, having to redo this part, I guess one thing I actually have been wanting to talk about is about the next game after Super Mario 3D World, because this is being recorded in advance, so I don't know if anyone's like, if this is actually a question that's popped up yet, but there is a deliberate reason why I have not played the Captain Toad stages, because we're gonna do all the Captain Toad stages at the end. I just thought that would be the best way to go about it, because in all honesty, I want to play a different game after this that ties in. And of course that is Captain Toad Treasure Tracker. So once we finish this game, we will be jumping straight into Treasure Tracker and also the Captain Toad stages of 3D World, though I haven't quite decided how that's gonna work yet, because you do need to complete the Captain Toad levels to unlock the final level in this game. So yeah, I haven't actually decided how I'm gonna work that part yet. Ran past it. Ew, this one. So we have the donut blocks and the spikes triggering it, so no problem though. No issues, other than that one mess up. That was just because I didn't quite estimate the jump properly, I think. I think I could have made it if I didn't mess up with like momentum and such. But yeah, you do have clear flags. Meaning, I'm pretty sure you do have to complete all the mystery houses with each character, so that is not necessarily a fun time, but necessary if you decide to go for it 100%. Yeah, I'm actually using the gamepad this time. The last couple of times I was using the Pro controller, but I have the Pro controller synced up to my computer as like a controller for that. So yeah, I'm actually using the gamepad for once. So we got the stamp really tucked away there. That took a while to find on the first run. There are a few levels actually where I had to legitimately look up a bunch. Okay, so they don't actually trigger the flip switches, I think is what they're called, in other games. So we actually do have to hit every switch, but that's not too much of a problem. Or Goombas, I think is the name of them. I think in World, they actually did have a different name in Japanese, I want to say. But I don't remember or not. I know they weren't called Goombas everywhere, even though they're like a subset of Goomba. This looks suspicious. If I can actually land on the spot. There we go, we got a star. Now, I don't know if you get an extra life if you destroy enough of those. Actually, I do want to actually pick these up. Yes, you do get one up. Cool. So now we actually want to jump on this arch. Another thing that kind of takes some experimenting to figure out. We can actually see the last green star over there in the distance. But number 2 is right there. I will say one thing that this game did really well was actually implementing other characters, and that's something I kind of wish Odyssey did. I wish Odyssey had more characters, because that is a really cool idea, I think. Having the 4 characters from Super Mario Bros. 2 as playable is just kind of a neat idea. And in an open world setting, that could have actually been pretty interesting. You know, being able to play as Luigi or Toad, or even Princess Peach, potentially, for like some specific levels, or maybe like as a post-game thing. So I do feel like that is a missed opportunity. And to my knowledge, Luigi is not even in the game. Which is actually kind of weird. Like, why isn't Luigi anywhere to be seen? Well, that didn't take long at all, did it? That is not the right button. That is the right button, though. So we have the castle, and that's all. Wait. Oh, I was misreading it. Never mind, we're good. So we need 50 to unlock this fort. We have 95, so that's not a problem at all. So back to Mario then, because we played Toad for the Mystery House. Those transition screens into the castle, I don't know if I mentioned this, are basically brought in from 3D Land. So you have 2 P-switches here to unlock this little bridge to our first green star. That is rather easy to get very early on. If you have more than 1 player, you don't need to even worry about the boulder. You can just have 2 people stand on it. It's a lot easier. So yeah, this game is weird because you have a few instances of like things being a lot easier with people, and then you have a lot of instances of things actually being a lot harder with more people. So the multiple player aspect ends up being kind of a double-edged sword, if I'm using that expression correctly. So got the stamp up there. I definitely missed out on my first playthrough. So yeah, this is trivial with 3 people, but without 3 people, you actually have to put in some work. And yeah, the little boulders do eventually pop out of their sort of stun form. So you do need to be careful about that, especially when you're carrying them for this long. And you could also go the somewhat cold-hearted route of just tossing someone into the green star. They'll get the points, so it might balance out for them, but they'll also lose a life for the team, so don't. So this is the boss, what is it, boss boulder? Basically hit him with his minions. It's a very standard Mario boss battle. You know, I was talking earlier about the next Let's Play being Captain Toad. Technically, I'm actually gonna lump the 2 together, since they're kind of linked. But yeah, I really haven't decided how I'm gonna actually include the Captain Toad levels quite yet. Like, if it's gonna be like all the Captain Toad levels at the end of 3D Land or 3D World, and then the final level of 3D World, and then Captain Toad, or if I'll just use my clear file to show the very final level of this game, and then lump the 3D World Captain Toad stages in with the actual game Captain Toad Treasure Tracker. I haven't really decided yet. I also never noticed this Brixie say thank you until just now. Considering I've only played this game one time, I feel like it's actually going pretty smoothly. Like, I am definitely not remembering everything, but I feel like I've remembered a fair amount, all things considered. Remember what I said about ending this with a cat suit? That didn't happen. Also, I wanted to make note of the fact that these Brixies all have different tools, so that's a nice little detail. So this world is kind of an ocean theme, I would say, because it's mostly water on the ground, and there's a crab there. This world also looks longer, though that might just be my imagination. But let's jump into our first level, Sunshine Seaside with Luigi. So we need 5 of these little keys to unlock something later on. I think these are required in this case. This is a very 2D level. Actually, I have an idea. Can I break that? I can! And it is well worth our trouble to do so. Yeah, my timing is bad, clearly. Oops, I messed that up repeatedly. Now it's actually going on an arc, so that's awkward. Actually, is there another way to break these? Okay, ground pounding works. That is good to keep in mind. Let's go up here, got a hidden platform with one of these little keys, and we got a little Sprixie. So if you have the gamepad, you can tilt it. First time I've actually been able to show that, I'm pretty sure. Also got a key down there, so we need to actually go back here and do this. It's sort of cool because it's like a 2D Mario level in like a 3D space, so it ends up being what's the word? It ends up being, they end up playing around with the idea. Because these are effectively like 2D Mario levels in a 3D environment, so it ends up being used in a lot of creative ways a lot of times. It's also a weird thing to charge and chuck because I just want to capture it. Especially when you just knock their hats off. It's like I just want to capture it now. Wrong game though. Also, by the way, clear pipes. I don't know if I've actually made note of this, but clear pipes. You can actually use firepower to throw a fireball through a pipe. Also, by the way, you can actually use Koopa shells like this if you press the crouch button. But yeah, you get dizzy, but with a gold shell in particular, you do get a lot of coins. So if you're hard up for lives, that's not a bad option. I'm pretty sure this is a hat of sorts. This is a disguise, effectively. I really miss the ability to grab onto the sides of walls, actually. Because I'm not sure. Like, Luigi jumps the highest of anybody, so that works. So Captain Toad's in a bit of a pinch. I was hoping to combo that, but failed. This is, I'm pretty sure, number 3, so we'll backpedal a little bit, backtrack a little bit. No clue where 2 is, actually. My memory of the game is far from perfect, though, again, I do feel like I've remembered a lot more than I expected, and actually, here it is. Then here we have a little secret area. So we want to not get hit by the shelf, sorry, but yeah, they'll light up the panels on the floor. So we can just kind of take our time up here. And I think we're missing a panel like around here-ish. So grab those. And that actually takes care of the shells, so that's nice. Got that, and away we go. Did we get the stamp, actually? I don't remember. There's no icon, so we missed it. Stamp, I don't know. Because that was the key up there. I think the stamp is another situation kinda like that last green star, maybe? Maybe not. Again, it's been so long. And again, this is a level that does come back later on, like end game, with a remixed level. I think you have a time limit or something that's a lot stricter. Could it be over on that island? Because, like, I feel like I covered most of it and I did not see any trace of the stamp anywhere. What would be really bad is if I already collected and I'm just forgetting, but I think normally, yeah, there's an icon, so... Yes, I am obsessing over a power-up that actually does nothing now. Yeah, this is actually combo the boomerang. I just realized I haven't made any note of the boomerang power-up at all, which is a little weird. It's like, I haven't acknowledged it once. Oh well, we'll just head to the goal and I'll show it in post when I do find it. This is a pretty small level, so it shouldn't be too much of a hassle trying to track it down. I feel like it might have to do with the baseball, but I don't recall. Got a little warp here. Just gonna have to compulsively check everything. So this is like a bandit, kind of like in Super Mario 64. The ones that are invisible but have a lot of coins if you manage to defeat them. Yeah, I definitely missed a stamp, so we'll just show that at the end. There's a plushie section, which I totally forgot about. This is where the stamp is, actually, I just remembered. I thought this was a different level entirely, which is why I didn't connect it in my mind. Well, quite recall where it is, but I'm pretty sure it's in the plushie section. Yeah, there it is. If we miss it, then you know where it is, so I'm not going to necessarily go back for it, but we got it, so no worries there. I spent a lot of time in this level, just getting lost, mainly. And that's the end. I thought I, for some reason, instinctively pressed Y because I was like, you know what, if I do a cap throw, it'll probably work out, but, yeah, wrong game. So I'm gonna have to go back to the flagpole on that one. Obviously off screen because I played the whole level. But next time on Super Mario 3D World, we'll be taking on 5-2 and 5-3 for sure, and we'll have to see what else awaits us. So thank you for watching, and I hope you join me next time for more Super Mario 3D World.